Thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this video. You guys, I have this admittedly very strange new goal of optimizing my getting ready routine, and it took me 25 minutes today to blow dry my hair and do some makeup, and I'm very proud of that. My next goal is 20 minutes. Hello, my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a vlog. 1:50 right now. Midday I decided to do a vlog, so I just want to update you on what I've done this morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. Me and Juju woke up. I did my morning routine, and then I got on the computer after walking Juju and I uploaded a video. I took Juju to his second day at day camp, which he loves. He comes back from there, you guys, covered in red Sedona mud, just playing all day. He loves everybody there. He also had a checkup with the vet over there, so I brought him in for the day so that I could cook and clean today. Then I went to a 9 a.m. yoga flow class. It was so nice. My thoughts have been racing lately, and I know that that's when I need meditation more than ever, and so I used the yoga to get really into my body and to leave my thoughts outside of the door and continuously bring myself back to the movements and to presence. And of course my mind raced and ran away from me, but I just herded it back in like a sheep. I kept bringing my monkey mind back to the center, to what's happening in the here and now. So that was really nice and really centering, and I love that. Then I went to the grocery store to pick up a few ingredients that I'm missing for the soup that I'm gonna make today. I'm gonna show you guys. What we're gonna do right now is we're going to prep for the soup. We're gonna do some housework. I have to just change my sheets, fold some laundry, and vacuum and sweep because I have somebody coming to visit me that I have to tell you guys about tomorrow. So I don't know, I might tell you in this video. We'll see what the vibe is. I want to talk to you about what books I'm listening to right now, what books I'm reading right now. I'll do that in a little bit. I hope you want to hang out with me for a little bit. Let's go prep some veggies. The recipe that we're making today is my grandma's Syrian hamot, which is basically a lemony soup, and usually what it will have traditionally is like chunks of meat in it, but since I don't eat that, we're gonna forego that. What I used to do and what my mom still does is she puts chunks of vegan meat in there. I'd rather not because I'm staying away from super processed foods, so we're just going to do the vegetable lemony soup, and it's gonna be delicious, and I'm very excited to show you. I'm mixing things up a little bit, adding a few ingredients that might not traditionally be in there, but I basically took my mom's recipe, my grandma's recipe, and my brother's recipe and mixed it together, and that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to be using butternut squash. This is really important for hamod. Potatoes, carrots. These aren't the liveliest carrots of the bunch, but they'll do. Garlic, and is this garlic or shallot? I don't know. And an onion, and then celery. So what we're gonna do is we're going to cut everything into bite-sized pieces, except the celery we're going to cut into tiny, tiny little pieces. I'm going to prepare everything. You're also going to need a bunch of lemons because you want it to be super lemony, super garlicky, and the secret ingredient here is peppermint leaf. I believe it's nana, so mint leaf, and you're going to grind this up to be even smaller, so a ton of herbs in this. I'm also going to use what my brother throws in there, which is not traditional. It's herbe de Provence, which is basically Italian seasoning with lavender added to it. I'm going to add a lot of that to it also. And what's also not usually added is curry powder and turmeric. I'm adding these both because we just like a little bit more spice and a little bit more flavor. And of course, a lot of garlic. You're going to be using a ton of garlic. I'm going to cut everything up and prepare it, and then I'll talk to you guys about some things that are on my mind lately. As I was peeling potatoes, I was thinking about how my mom got me this really good peeler and how she was thinking of me. And I was thinking like, thank you. I was thinking about how there's so many times where I'm thinking of her, but I'm doing something else, and I have to remember to myself, oh, text her or give her a call. And then my mind went to the fact that soon enough, where humanity is headed to technologically, we're going to be sending text messages and calling people with our mind. That's just where we're going to end up going to. And not to say that I like that. I genuinely am not a fan of that. But it will basically be like technological telepathy. where we're thinking of somebody or something and we can just send them a message. So it really will be, and then we can hear their message. It'll be telepathy. Sorry, English. It'll be telepathy in a sense. So I'm thinking how I'm peeling potatoes, and I would just be thinking, oh, text mama. Thank you for this peeler. I love you. Thank you for thinking of me. Send. And that's it. And she'd answer, and I'd hear that answer. That's telepathy by all, that's telepathy by all sense of the word. Except it's technological rather than spiritual or psychic telepathy, right? And there is a difference in that. There's, when we do something electronically, we don't have to work for it. We don't have to train our mind, train our willpower, train our consciousness like a muscle. It would just be implanted. Just kind of a crazy thing to think about. Back to peeling potatoes. So I've cut and prepared all the ingredients. It took me kind of a bit. We want everything bite-sized, so we have the celery, we have the butternut squash, and there's carrots there too. I didn't have that many carrots. There's potatoes, onion, and garlic, and you know what I forgot is zucchini, so I recommend zucchini pieces in this as well. Then we have about 8 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon juice. So I have to crush up some dried mint with my mortar and pestle. I don't know if that's what you call it here. So it's already in tiny little pieces. We want it in smaller pieces. I'm going to get 5 tablespoons of this in here. And I thought that while I do that, to tell you guys a little story of my most recent, let's turn the air off, it's too loud. I'll tell you the story of something that I went through yesterday, something that was really annoying, but that solved itself super quickly. That was 2, this seems like a lot. This is my brother's recipe. 3, and then I'm gonna run it through a strainer to get only little pieces. There we go, the air turned off so you can hear me now. So, pour this through here. This is what gives chamot that flavor. The mint and the lemon is the secret to the chamot. That's very satisfying, honestly. So, yesterday, guys, I have a bunch of online courses that I lead. I have 3 or 4, but they're separated into about 6 different courses online for different links and stuff, okay? So, within those are literally hundreds of videos, okay? Hundreds of videos. And yesterday, I received communication from Teachable, the website that I hosted on. And it said, basically, you have 2 weeks to get rid of all embedded videos in your course and upload them instead to our native upload software, to our native software. 2 weeks to track down hundreds of videos, download them, re-upload them, and make sure that they're all up on the courses while I have thousands of students currently going through them. You might guess that I lost my marbles for a second because that is just ridiculous. So I read and reread this email several times. I was not mistaken. I was not reading into it wrong. They were definitely telling us that this is what we have to do. You have embedded videos, you can no longer have embedded videos. All my videos are embedded. I upload them to Vimeo, and then I put them onto the Teachable platform, right? I need 2 tablespoons herbe de Provence. I like the lavender aspect of this. That's different. So this was definitely happening, right? So my first reaction was, okay, send them an email. This isn't okay. I never usually speak up for myself when things like this happen. I kind of just adjust and I right away start doing what I'm told to do. I'm kind of like a goody two-shoes when it comes to that, and I'm trying to break out of that. So right away I decided, go to Twitter, go to their DMs, use even my little platform on there to put weight behind my request. And I voiced my anger, I voiced my shock and my disappointment that they would give us 2 weeks to do this. I pay them a lot of money to host on their website. So this was very, very upsetting. And I saw how upset I was getting, and I was really focused on this thing. And I couldn't think of anything else. And I felt how angry I was getting. I usually don't get angry. I'm very, very patient, especially these days with my spiritual practice. And I can put things into perspective. Everything's happening for me. I felt myself getting angry, and I'm like, this isn't going to do. I need to work on this energetically, because right now I'm sitting and staring and waiting for a response. I'm not in the most optimal timeline. So I decided, okay, I sent my emails, I sent my DMs. I have to go distract myself and do something else. So I left the house and I drove to the grocery store and I put on music that makes me happy. And within a few minutes, I had completely forgotten about what was happening, what went on. I came home about an hour and a half after, and right as I walk in home, I had completely forgotten about this whole thing. I get a message from Teachable. They said I had received the communication in error. My personal account is not being affected. In fact, they just worded the email incorrectly, and most people's accounts won't be affected. So basically, I read the email several times and I received that communication. I was in a timeline in which that would have had to affect me. But because I worked on the issue energetically and because I let go and I focused on something else, I shifted to a timeline in which this was no longer a problem. And this is what I say to do when I say, like, let the universe handle things for you. Set your intention that this is going to be worked out. I sent a little prayer. I always do. I pray over everything. So I was like, please God, let this work out. That's it. That's simple. And I forgot about it. And I came home, and problems really do seem to just solve themselves when you do things like that. I will say that for me, this took a little bit of practice to get to this point where I can go out for an hour and I come home and there's no issue. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks for the issue to go away. And that's how it was for me in the beginning when I started practicing giving my problems up to the universe. You know, it would take a few days or a week or maybe even a month, but the universe, God, always comes through. We are protected and loved. We're not alone here. I think that's as much as I can take out of there. We're not alone. We have a whole team that wants to protect us and help us. And yeah, they exist. Okay, so I have the herb de Provence here. And I have the peppermint. Now we're going to add garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. This is super garlicky. I don't know about other cultures, but Syrian culture, which, you know, I'm half Syrian, we use a lot of garlic. And then I'm going to add curry powder, which is not standard. This is not what the recipe calls for, but my brother added curry powder to this soup when he made it a couple weeks ago, and it came out so good. So I decided to do it. So he says 4 tablespoons of curry powder. I'm just gonna do 1 because that's a lot of curry. Curry is such a beautiful color. Look at that. Okay, so he uses 2 tablespoons of citric acid. I'm not going to use that. Instead, I juiced 4 lemons. So I have about 8 ounces of lemon juice. And now we begin cooking. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some olive oil, cover the whole pan with olive oil. You kind of use a lot of oil for this. I have made it before with very little oil. My grandma makes it with barely any oil. My mom makes it with a ton of oil, and my brother makes it with a ton of oil. So I'm gonna go kind of like in the middle, closer to my grandma. I'm not gonna use that much oil. My brother says to fill the pot with 1/2 inch of olive oil. I think that's ridiculous, so we're not gonna do that much, even though I know his comes out delicious. So we're gonna heat up some olive oil, then we're gonna fry the seasonings. And then after we fry the seasonings, I'm going to add the aromatics, which is the onions, and then garlic, and then celery. So let's start. My house smells like herbs and spices and garlic. I love it. I love having a home that smells like food. It makes a house a home. You know what I mean? And I'm excited because I get to go bake challah after this. I might show you guys this. I have a vlog where I bake challah and I talk about the significance of baking challah. But the last time that I baked challah, I was praying for something. What I was praying for was my soulmate and of course the health, happiness of my family and everybody. But I was really intentionally making challah and praying for manifesting my soulmate. I feel like I should do a whole video just talking about that. I've never felt this way and it's hard to talk about something so vulnerable and so, but it's just like, it was just such a confirmation for me and a validation, because I kind of had put it up on a pedestal for a little bit, and I really had to intentionally take it off of the pedestal in order to call it in, and I did all these different cool techniques. I want to share that with you. And that's the guest that's coming over this weekend. We spent last weekend together, and I never expected somebody to be as perfect for me as he is. It is just a puzzle piece, and it's just, I'll share with you guys if you want to hear a whole vlog about that. I just feel like it needs to be a more momentous occasion, because you've been there on my journey of like, I've been alone for kind of a long time now, and I just felt like it needed its own video, but I wanted to mention that. But for now, while my soup is cooking, it has to cook for about 20-25 minutes, and then I'm gonna add the lemon juice to it. We're gonna taste it. If it's a little too intense, I might add a tad little bit of sugar. For now, let's talk about books, what I'm reading right now and what I'm listening to right now, because today's sponsor for this vlog, which we love so much, is Audible. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word entertainment all in one place. They have the largest selection of audiobooks. They have bestsellers, new releases, personal development, spirituality. They have fantasy books, anything you could possibly want. They even have meditation tracks, podcasts. It's just like a one-stop shop. I like to listen to Audible while I clean the house. So I'm listening to something for self-development, or something funny, or something spiritual, something that opens up my heart. I listen while I go on walks, while I commute, while I'm at the gym. I listen all the time. I'm always able to learn something new while I'm being productive. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what I'm listening to right now. So I may have mentioned this before, but I am rereading The Mastery of Love, or re-listening to The Mastery of Love right now. Me and my love are reading it together at the same time. He picked up the book the other day, and I was like, you know what? I've been working on a new workshop for love, so let me pick up this book. And by the way, Mastery of Love is something that I recommend in the Love Mastery program, so I highly recommend listening to that if you are manifesting love. It's such a simple to understand, easy book to just absorb and to get into the alignment with love. So I'm listening again to the Mastery of Love. And what I was listening to that I still have 3 hours left of is something that my therapist recommended to me before, when we were talking about, you know, I'm ready to start dating. I'm ready to start calling in my soulmate. It's called Wired for Dating by psychologist or psychiatrist Stan Tatkin. It's really good. It's like surprisingly really informative and valuable. So I really recommend those. I'm always listening to things. The Divine Within by Aldous Huxley. Relax More, Try Less by Neville Goddard and Tim Grimes. The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. He's amazing, obviously. The Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire by Deepak Chopra. Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Take It Easy by Osho. It's just such good book, so much valuable, soul-expanding, heart-expanding content. If you haven't become an Audible member yet, you can grab any of those books for free on me by going to audible.com/Leeor or texting Leeor to 500-500. I'll put that in the description below. Thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this video. So yeah, so that's what I'm listening to right now. As far as what I'm reading physically, I have to get the other book for you 1 second. So I finished my fiction books. I finished Ariadne. I think I was talking to you guys about it in the last vlog. It was so good. It was like kind of sort of like a feminist retelling of an ancient myth story. Highly recommend it. I would love your recommendations for any novels. I think my sister-in-law Nikki was telling me to read what's it called? Spinning Silver, I think. Yeah, the book is called Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. That's also a fiction. So I do like to read fiction at night and self-development and spirituality in the morning. So I need a new fiction book. If you have a recommendation for me, I love Greek mythology. I already read Circe and the Song of Achilles. I'd love your recommendations, but I might start Spinning Silver. And then in the morning, I'm almost done with Proof of Heaven, which I was reading from in the last book. Butterflies have been coming up for me everywhere, you guys, everywhere. People's tattoos, people's jewelry on buildings, across, just they're everywhere. And you know, I carry one with me all the time. As I say that, of course, a yellow butterfly flies across the window, obviously. It's gotten to the point where it's kind of just talking about the aftermath of the experience, and my favorite part was the actual experience of being in out of body and in his near-death experience. So I'm getting a little dry on this, but I'm going to finish it because I do like to complete books. It makes me feel accomplished. And then I started this. I'm really in the first 10 pages or so, but I'm really enjoying it. I am of the belief that even if you get into a relationship, you have to keep up with your practice when it comes to manifesting love, to being love, to becoming love. So I'm reading Real Love, The Art of Mindful Connection by Sharon Salzberg. And it's good so far. It's like 10 pages in, but it's good so far. And I am just very much a big advocate of outsourcing your learning, just learning, being teachable, right? Being a teachable person and just constantly taking in things that let you see life in a different way. I know that that's why you come to my channel, because the Scorpio moon in me has an ability to show you life in a slightly different way. So I enjoy doing that for you, and I know that you enjoy having that done. I know that it feels like tingles in the brain, because that's what it feels like for me when I read books and when I watch positive content. So just continuously just deciding that we're a student for life, that we're teachable, closing that out. And make sure you text Leeor to 500 or go to audible.com/Leeor in order to get that free audiobook. I want to clean a little bit, and then we're going to taste the soup and see if we want to add anything. The second somebody invents a robot that makes your bed, I'm investing in that. I'm not exaggerating that this took me half an hour. Being a small person in a big world, people always tell me that they see me online and then they see me in person and they're shocked that I'm this height and this size. Because apparently I look tall online. I always thought I had a tall presence. You know what I mean? It's my personality. It came out so good.
Let me inspect. Did you add tomato sauce?
I added a tiny bit, yeah.
Who told you to add tomato sauce?
Safta did. I called her and she said add tomato sauce.
Really? I think she's tripping.
No, and Ima told me that she does do tomato sauce.
But I thoroughly vetted them for their recipe.
Wow. it came out so good.
Maybe that's what it always needed.
Wow. I think that the herbs. What?
Tomato sauce.
I actually put sauce. I thought I got paste, but I put sauce.
It looks good.
It came out so good. Very close to how you made it.
Let me see stirring.
I think the citrus. Oh, I also forgot zucchini because you didn't list it in the thing.
Yeah, because I prefer it without zucchini. That's why.
I just felt like it needed maybe one more vegetable.
I actually prefer it, but to be honest.
It came out
Baked rice?
really good. Oh no, not yet. I will. I forgot about rice. It's time to go pick up Juju. Cutie pie! Look at him! Look at him. He's so good. So Juju had a great time at daycare. He's covered in dirt. He's been playing all day. He made a friend with the cutest little other pup, like a small dog. But Brian, the manager over there, told me that towards the end of the day, Juju started humping the other dog, so they had to pull them apart. That boy. I actually made an appointment for him to get neutered, which I've been told is the more responsible decision, and that it makes his life better, his quality of life better. We actually didn't do it with my other dog, and I think I talked about this in a past vlog actually. He seems to be tortured by it. He's tortured by his biology. It's hard to watch it. So I do have an appointment scheduled, but I'm curious what you guys, what everybody knows about it. Like, is he gonna be okay? Is my baby gonna be okay? I was a little thrown off, but the vet was super sweet. She was really, really cute, but he lunged at her. He kind of attacked her because Juju does that. People don't believe me, but he's a little vicious when it comes to people he doesn't know. And even though she was super, super sweet, his dinner. She told me that, she said, quote unquote, when you castrate him, he'll be better. And just the word castrate really threw me off. It made me think, maybe that's not the best idea. Hey, baby. It's dinner time. And then we're gonna take a bath because he's covered in red rock. There's dinner. I'm gonna give him a little bliss bar from Cradle. So he's all nice and relaxed for the night. And then we're getting in the tub. Look at my happy boy. Look at my happy boy. Give me this, my good boy. Good boy. Decided to take the baby on a quick little walk since when he's all wet, he's not gonna get to go on a walk. So we're gonna go on a quick walk and look at the beautiful scenery. I'm not going to bring you into the bathroom with us to protect a little bit of dignity Juju has left. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I couldn't get his face because he was just not having it today. But his body's all clean. He's not loving mama right now. But I love him. He's sleepy, such a long day. I'm gonna put him in, wrapped up in his blankets in his bed. It's time for bedtime. Another moment in which I'm thinking like how, look at my hair, how the future will, how technology is going to improve. So I'm kneading this bread, right, as per the dough for the challah, as per the instructions. And then I'm thinking to myself, wait, what is kneading? Am I kneading? I'm just playing with the dough. Is this kneading? And see, if we had those little things in our brains, a little screen would pop up and I'd have a video right in front of my face as I'm kneading to show me what kneading is. Again, I'm not advocating it. I'm just saying that this could happen, that this is probably the future. Oh no, flour everywhere. Making challah is a very, very messy process. And let me tell you how I prayed over it this time. So I had to put 8 cups of flour. And with each cup, I set an intention for what it was standing for. So abundance and prosperity, health for me, my family, my loved ones, success in life, joy, love, happiness. Each cup was something else. Positive experiences, happy experiences. And whatever you're baking or making, you should always set intentions for your food in that way. I don't know if I'm kneading. What am I doing even? How does my dough look? Every time I use a different recipe, I don't know. I need to find a set one. I want to know. Hi, puppy. You want to say hi? Hey. And puppy wants to play. Hi, cutie. I can't believe how time consuming it is to work, clean a house, and make one simple meal and some bread. It's kind of crazy like how much effort it takes. I'm truly tired, and I just want to give a big shout out to parents out there, some single parents who are doing this by themselves with actual children. You're amazing. You're truly amazing, and you deserve recognition. So big shout out to you. Even 2-parent households or whatever other situations, it's a big deal. It's not an easy thing, but I guess you do it. You just make it happen. My house smells like basmati rice and soup, and I'm so happy. I think we're going to just take a shower and play a little bit together and call it a day. Maybe a walk. Thank you for hanging out with me, my loves. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know where I can buy some more coyote shirts, some wolf shirts, because I think I wear this in every other video and it's time to switch things up. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more vlogs, I had an idea. I got all these business cards from a few cafes here in Sedona, and I was thinking it might be fun to try different experiences over here and vlog them. Let me know if that sounds cool to you. And leave a comment. Tell me what you're doing, what you're up to. Let's chat. I love you so much. Till next time, as always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.